Okay, yeah, she's not joining. Okay, all right, well, we got everyone here then. Hello, world. Welcome to Dire. Do you even roll tabletop group of people that like to play? One day we will have a recording, so that is awesome. I've got so many clips recorded right now to edit. Anyways, welcome back to our campaign. We've got Colton here, guiding us through the same campaign, and to give everyone a brief history of what's going on. A while back, our group of adventurers, Gary, Lily the Barbarian, Catherine the Great, and some other friends that we met along the way, ran into a group of halflings on the road, and they murdered their polar bear, and all of the group of halflings were killed. So, fast forward to last time, we had a group of halflings that came by looking for said polar bear and group of halflings. We told them that they won't find them. They were upset and would like to either have the head of our chief or they threatened vague consequences. So at this moment, they have walked away from the village. We're a little confused on what to do, and we're trying to figure out where we're going to do. Next steps.
Yes, so the halflings just walked away on their giant polar bear after asking for the chief's head. And then we're gonna skip later till tonight. So it's nighttime, most of the village is asleep. Dark clouds cover most of the sky. Lightning can be seen in the distance, and sound approaching thunder can be heard. So everybody's asleep in the village, everybody's in their home. Lily lives in the tea house, right?
Yeah, she's staying with us.
Cool. So let's start with Shelbatha. What is your character dreaming about?
Oh man, put me on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Shelbatha is still struggling with, when she was first coming into the village, she was looking for a sorcerer that had, basically murdered her family. So she is constantly having nightmares of her family being murdered, and she tries to get revenge, but just can't quite get there.
Yeah, that's dang.
Not a happy place.
That sounds very unpleasant.
All right, and how about you, Pete? Gary?
Gary's also having a rough time of a nightmare. He is running his shop and he's got a long ass line, and a customer orders a bagel, and he turns around and opens the cabinet for the bagels, and it's empty. And he goes, "Oh shit!" And he runs to his back room where he's got his bagel buckets or bagel barrels, and he sees that all the bagels are gone, and he swore he just checked them yesterday. And he says he looks back out at the line, and it grew 2 sizes. And he looks back at his barrel things, and they grow doubly as empty somehow. Like they are more apparently empty. He runs out to try to run across the ways to the baker and see if they've got any bagels on hand. And he finds that the baker doesn't exist anymore, and it's just a continuation of the line to his shop. And then more people getting in line. And then he just starts spinning and screaming.
Days.
That is not a good dream for either of you guys. All right, how about the Lily?
What are you dreaming about?
Donuts.
Change up. Just donuts?
Yeah, kind of tired of the bagels. Dreaming of donuts. But I'm still poor because I don't have a job. So I have to eat the free bagels.
There's no way you're not malnourished at this point.
Yeah, you both have gained significant weight. I mean, noticeable weight since you've gotten the unlimited bagels deal.
That's great. All right, are you gonna flash to Frederick and tell us what he's dreaming?
Sure. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Frederick is dreaming in the Count's house about that time when he literally ate the Count while he was screaming for his life. because he was a pickle. And he's got a big smile on his face in real life while he's sleeping. Just kind of thinking about what a great pickle that was and kind of hoping to find some more. Because he did eat a bunch of them that were left in the house that didn't want to be turned back to humans. And then let me check.
Is he just happy at the taste of the pickles? Or does the fact that they are talking and screaming make them a better pickle? I have to know this about Frederick.
Yeah, he just prefers the flavor of it. It's like the freshest
with
pickles
salt.
that he's ever had. Yeah, it just has
So
something more to it.
that says something more about the flavor of the pickle, that he can completely compartmentalize the fact that there's screaming sentient being telling them not to eat them. But the pickle is so good that he doesn't give a shit, and it remains the best pickle.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, if they didn't want help, then you just ate them.
Like packages? Okay, we'll go get them later. I'll go get them.
And then, Lily and Gary awaken to the screams of the village folk.
Oh shit.
He can hear the baker and the baker's family outside screaming and roaring sound outside.
Okay. You say screaming and what?
Roaring? So I guess it sounds like massive winds are blowing through.
Oh, okay.
And give me just a second to adjust the map. So you guys look out the window, just Lily and Gary, and you see that the butcher's hut is on fire.
The butcher's hut right across the way.
Yep.
I turn to Lily and ask if she has any things that can put out fire. Can you suck up fire?
What?
In your sleepy state, you ask that, and we start to try to figure that out. And we're sitting here wondering. I'm gonna look up and see if she has a fire, like anything to that manner.
I feel like in my own chaos, I can only make fire.
Yeah, I feel like that.
So you're looking for like a control fire sort of thing on Lily's page.
Yeah.
The spells she has are Create Fire, which is showing up in the Roll20 message. Hopefully that work. Yeah, it did. Yeah, so I got an extension to show stuff from D&D Beyond to Roll20. So
Oh, shit.
on the stream, you should be able to see anything that I press on the page that I'm on.
Okay, that's awesome. So if I go and press and roll something, like on Sleepy Gary's character, like roll for initiative, does that wind up transferring? No.
It did show up on my screen though.
Wow. Interesting. Wow. Yeah, here.
But not Roll20.
It showed up on your screen in D&D Beyond, not Roll20.
Yeah, because I have another extension that's like a overview of everybody's stats.
Oh.
And it showed up in there. But anyway, Lily does not have anything that can control the fire.
Okay, Gary, after hearing that confirmed from her, I ask, do you think shooting fire at it will cancel out the fire?
That's not how fire works.
Okay, well, we are sitting here debating fire. Is there anything happening while we debate?
Yeah, it is. So while you guys are debating, you see one of the villagers go out and try and put out the fire just by grabbing a bucket and run into the river and bring it back. He's done that in the time that you guys are arguing and throws one single bucket of water onto the hut. And as he does that, a swarm of what looks like bugs attacks him, surrounds him completely, and within a few seconds, he falls to the ground.
Is he dead?
He's most likely dead.
Oh no.
Oh, but I guess we don't know. Okay.
So the fire's still burning. It may spread to other buildings or trees soon. What are you guys gonna do? It's just Lily and Gary who know currently what's going
Gary
on.
says, oh no, the pigs! Not the butchers that live in the house.
My father, the blacksmith.
Smell like bacon or something.
No, I just noticed there's a pig pen on the back of it, so if he's thinking along the lines of that could spread to the other buildings, he's like, there's trees, and he's like, the pig pen. Gary runs straight for it, and he goes to the pig pen to see if it's on fire. So like I'm gonna use my move to go and get it, like try to run behind the butcher shop and look at the pig pen.
Okay. So you're gonna run out there behind the pig pen and give me a perception check. See what you do.
Roll. I rolled a 3.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Yeah, 3. You run out there and you must just face the wrong way. You don't even look at the fire. It's too dark to see anything in the pig pen. You just hear them squealing because they know that something's up. It's chaos in there. They're running about and really testing the strength of the fence that they're in.
Oh my god. I don't have any insights to go on anything, but man, I want to help those pigs. Probably scared shitless, but maybe the pigs would only add to the chaos. So, I'm gonna. Is it still my turn, or is it gonna bounce to Lily here?
Yeah, Lily can go.
Yeah. Would you like to go? You're still by the tea shop if you didn't follow me.
Maybe.
Okay, you're by the tea shop. The butcher shop's on fire, and then I ran to the pig pen because I saw that that's the closest building, and I was worried about the pigs.
But I can't put out the fire.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to figure out something. So, either we can put out the fire, or we can try to save people.
And Lily, I guess, is still in the tea shop, looking out the window.
Yeah, you can stay in the tea shop and just watch.
What if I just made myself a cup of tea? I guess I run to the piggies too to see if they need help and to help you.
Okay.
So I do a perception check to see if there's any like water or something nearby.
She rolled a 13 on her perception check. If you didn't see that, but I think most of us would know that the stream is right there because it's like our village.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. But I mean, the perception check could tell you something else if there's anything that we could do for the butcher shop or the pig pen.
Yeah, and with the 13, you do see the stream down there, and that the whole butcher's hut is completely on flames, and you also heard a loud crack with that perception check, and see a swarm of bugs approaching you and Petrie. for you and Gary.
Oh god, throw fire at that.
At
Wait,
the
what
same,
kind of bugs?
now that you see them up close, they look like mosquitoes, and it's this massive swarm of them.
What are my weapons? What fire bait do I just?
You-
Can I just produce flame?
Yeah, there's produce flame and there's create bonfire.
Okay, I guess I try to produce flame and like flame through those mosquitoes and bitches. Look, that perception check came in clutch.
Yeah, we needed
Mhm.
to know that. All right, she rolled a 17 to hit.
Nice, so that's gonna hit. How much damage is it gonna do?
They're mosquitoes.
It says 8.
Alright, 8 damage takes out almost half of the swarm.
What do you mean almost half?
It's a huge swarm of mosquitoes that are attacking you.
Can you compare it to like an item, like the swarm is the size of a vehicle? Or
Yeah,
like-
imagine a swarm devouring, like, killing an elk within 30 seconds of swarming it.
Okay.
It's so dense that you can barely see an elk that's being attacked by them.
And these are mosquitoes?
Yeah.
Bloodthirsty.
Petrie, you're gonna have next opportunity to attack before they possibly get to you.
Yeah, I didn't know what to throw at them. I'm debating between casting Animal Friendship, seeing if casting Detect Magic, or running for it. I don't think I have anything that's going to be useful against that many bugs. Yeah, I've got nothing spell wise there, so I'm gonna sprint for the water. I guess I'm just gonna sprint away.
Okay. Leaving Lily. Alright, good deal.
Me, I guess.
I mean, like, I'm wait to give a specific strategy. I'm gonna like sprint and like go behind the pig pen and see if the bugs will attack the pigs instead now.
Okay. You can go right around there. Do you want to try and stealth that?
See if stealth and see if they didn't the bugs don't notice me.
Yes. I'm gonna say if you get a high enough roll, then you'll be able to hide from them.
Okay. I rolled a 16.
Nice. So yeah, you definitely tuck down behind the fence, and they're no longer aware of your presence.
Okay.
And at that time, Shelbitha hears the chaos of one of the village folk who ran out to try and help, who was also attacked by a swarm and has now died.
So you're the
So-
person dying, not Shelbeth that died, right?
The,
No,
the
it was-
village person.
Another one of the village folk. And she's just arrived at the other side of the village circle when this swarm of insects is going to attack Lily. It's going to do... Where does its roll to hit? Okay, did that show up?
No.
It was a bite. That
Oh,
should
there-
have shown-
Okay. Yeah, I think it's there now.
I see.
Oh wait, so is that to?
But that wasn't the to hit.
Wait, I'm getting bitten, or was that for someone else?
That's Lily.
That's Lily. So, what did I get there? To bite, I don't know why I rolled twice. I'm going to take the first one. I got a 7, so that's not going to hit Lily. The swarm does, however, surround her. like all around her. And that's going to be Shelby's turn. What are you going to do? You have one swarm of insects around the dead body of one of the citizens, village folk, and then half a swarm attacking Billy over there. And you don't know where Gary is.
Okay. Well, let's see. I am going to run towards the fire and get like a torch going and then try and like wave it around the mosquitoes to get them away from Lily. And you said they were kind of swarming around another person, right?
Yep, so you're going to run
Can I do?
right over there towards them and just kind of swing this stick that's on fire around Lily where the mosquitoes are swarming around her. Okay,
Yes.
I'm going to say you're going to have to give me a dexterity roll, which I will do because I forgot. I did not get that for you. I will do that this week. So you got a 10, which is going to be high enough. So you successfully don't even hit Lily and also successfully kill some of the insects. Let's do an unarmed strike to see how many. If it rolls.
Whoa, it pops up in our chat too.
Okay, cool. What was the first one?
It rolled 5. Is what
Like
it
a
said.
bunch of times.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
got 5.
It's like a pop up
And
in while we have the sheet open for our campaign, and it tells us what the other character did.
that took up about a third of what was there. So almost all mosquitoes are dead. Next up, it's going to be Petrie.
I'm assuming that I can see through the flames and see that Shelbatha is doing that, and I'm like, okay, she's helping her. She's got this. So did you say that I got into the pig pen to hide?
No, you're on the other side of it.
Okay, all right. Well, can I do an investigation check on the burning building and see if I can notice if anyone's screaming or if there's any signs of people being inside?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I rolled a nat 1. But I had a +4 modifier, but I feel like rolling a nat 1 is still enough to say that I didn't do well.
Yeah. You try and get up, but just kind of stumble and fall, I'm going to say.
I'm like, man, I'm useless without my sleep.
Yeah, you notice absolutely nothing. Like, you're still sleepy, you need some coffee to wake up or something.
There's a reason my clan is called Sleepiest.
Yeah. So that's going to be Pichu's turn. Next was Lily. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Since you are surrounded by insects, some of them have been dispelled by Shelbatha's move. But
Yeah, I'm gonna flamethrow those bitches again.
I think she should cast the bonfire. But it doesn't have a roll to hit. It just has my dexterity value there, or Lily's dexterity value.
Mm-hmm. And is it is it a button that you hit or not?
No, it's not a button that I hit. Like, you know how normally you click the +3 or whatever to roll to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that doesn't do that, and there's no cast button. It just says at will, dexterity 11, and then there's an effect. So I could have rolled for the effect, but I'm not sure what that's telling us. If that's just like the damage it does, because it says damage, but
And you're doing the Great Bonfire for Lily?
yeah. I'm kind of hoping that, like, I picture in my head that she just goes like Super Saiyan with like fire, just like
It's supposed to show the description.
The description of create bonfire.
Yeah.
Mine pops up here. You create a bonfire on the ground that you can see within range. Until the spell ends, the magic bonfire fills a 5-foot cube. Any creature in the bonfire space when you cast the spell must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 fire damage. Oh, okay. A creature must also make the saving throw when it moves into the bonfire space for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there. The bonfire ignites flammable objects in its area that aren't being worn or carried.
Okay, so you want to create the bonfire that and stand in it? Is that right?
I'm guessing. I just assumed Lily was fireproof, but I'm kind of walking over her character, so she could just produce flame, and because I think Shelbeth is nearby, if she just swatted off insects, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're also still right by the, the big fire, the butcher shop.
Yeah. This feels like a backfire.
And you do have resistance to fire. Lily does, so I guess that'd be fine.
Yeah. I think it would hurt
But not
Shelbeth.
me.
Yeah.
I'd get roasted.
Yeah. But you're not standing within 5 feet of her, are you?
I mean, I thought I was. I don't know how close the mosquitoes were to her. I was trying to swat
Because
away.
the mosquitoes are only currently swarming her. You're at least 5 feet away from her currently when you were swatting them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll commit to it. But she creates a bonfire just right where she's standing, just to try to zap any bugs near her.
Okay, and what does she roll?
She rolled a 5 on the damage.
Alright, and I'll see if the swarm even has a dexterity save. It does. What'd they get?
4.
Why does it roll twice?
Was that 11?
The second one's 11, but we've been using the first one. So they get a 4, and they miss the save, and it does, how much damage? 6? Sorry.
5.
5 damage, takes out half of what is remaining.
So they're down to like 10-15% of the bugs.
That sounds right.
Yep, pretty much. They're kind of just a nuisance now.
Okay. Where the fuck did all these bugs come from?
And then I believe it was the bugs' turn next, and they're still swarming Lily, but there really aren't enough of them, so they're just gonna do one. They're gonna roll the hit, see if they hit. I don't know if that went through. They got 11. That's not enough to hit, I think. So they just, are kind of a nuisance, and she's swatting them out of her eyes. And then, Shelbitha, it's your turn up.
Okay.
Are you going to try and help Lily out, or focus on this other swarm that is preventing people from putting out the fire?
Oh shit! There's another swarm. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go and try and help them. I guess I was going to. Man, I was gonna try and see if anyone was in the butcher shop that was still alive, but yeah, I guess I should just go and try and swap more mosquitoes out with my my torch.
That was a good idea.
I don't know if I can really do much else.
Let's check. Yeah, you can really just swing your great axe at him.
Well, I still want to use my torch. I think I'll do that. Yeah. Don't I have one of those?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you grabbed it from the burning hut, butcher's hut.
Well, maybe I use. Maybe I can. I carry 2 torches and just go around waving both of them.
Just do a helicopter.
Yeah, definitely. So you're gonna run over to this other swarm and start helicoptering at them with these 2 torches with the ends presumably on fire.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna roll to see if you hit. I'm gonna roll out on advantage because I think that makes sense. Oops. Do it. And got 11, which I don't believe is high enough to hit. Nope. So, somehow you're just getting way too energetic, flinging these 2 sticks around, and you completely miss. And the swarm continues on unbothered, but it now notices you and is kind of headed towards you. And at this time, you're going to also see that another one of the buildings has been lit on fire.
Oh, Jesus.
Which one?
It is the tailor.
Not the tailor.
But luckily, this guy noticed that his house was now on fire, somehow completely unaware, sleeping through everything that's gone on so far, and has run out of his house.
He's probably gonna die too.
But potentially, maybe. And he's going to start and try and put out the fire as well. And that was Shelta. And next up is going to be the Swarm, which is closest to Shelta, so they're going to attack them. And they got a 7, which is not high enough to hit you. So although they are now on top of you and swarmed around you, they do not do any damage. Petrie, Gary, what does your character do now?
I run up to the house and see if there are loose boards on fire that I could pull off to create a torch for myself.
Okay. Gonna say you successfully go on and grab a torch.
Is there any more movement left in that turn, or do you feel like that wraps it up?
I'll say that can be your quick movement, so you can do what your action in your turn would be if you want to attack something.
I'm gonna do an investigation towards the tailor shop since I noticed that caught fire, and that is more towards my tea shop.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if I notice anything. Okay, I roll a 23, 19 plus 4.
Okay, nice. And are you moving over here?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, sure. You ran over here with your torch and get a pretty good investigation roll, and you're looking at the tailor shop, and notice that there's somebody up in the tree in the center of the village. But they're very well concealed. You only see kind of like a magical little purple light that's going on.
Purple light. Okay. Interesting.
But you don't see anything unusual about the tailor's hut being on fire, just other than him kind of freaking out about what's going on. And notice that it must have just been the... Well, yeah, I'll say that you noticed that it was the person inside the tree that transferred the fire from the butcher's house to the tailor.
Okay, from here, do I continue it on, or do we pass it to Lily's turn? Go around.
Yeah, that'd be Lily's turn now.
Yeah. Okay, so the bugs have been cleared around you. You're now... Shelbatha has moved over in front to the other swarm. And then Gary, I guess, kind of disappeared when you first... According to what you know, Gary just disappeared after you got attacked at first, and you don't... So you... Where would you like to move and figure out what's going on? Like to the center of the map?
So you're gone.
Yeah, but I went over here, and then I noticed that there's somebody in the tree.
I do a perception check of the tree.
Okay, you're gonna run by Shelby, who's being attacked by this swarm, and check out this tree. What does she get?
She rolled a 17.
Alright, nice. So since she's super close, she sees this purple, little light that is up in the tree enough to see that it's one of the halflings that you saw from earlier that day. And she doesn't notice you because she's concentrated on finishing the spell of transporting fire from the butcher's hut to the tailor's hut. And then I think that's Shelby. That's actually going to be the tailor who ran out of his hut. He's going to try and start putting it out. And that's when you hear another loud crack and a swarm of mosquitoes flying towards him.
Wait, it's my turn now?
Yep.
Or is it still Lily? Okay.
Now it's your turn. You are currently swarmed by a group of mosquitoes.
And another one is going for the tailor. Well...
And the butcher, who's not doing anything, he's in shock, looking at his hut burning, but he's not doing anything. He's just standing there in awe of what's happened.
Do I know that the halfling is in the tree? Or I've been preoccupied with the mosquitoes, right?
Yeah, you don't know.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna run. Can I run into the river and jump in to get away from the mosquitoes? Or at least draw them away?
Yeah, definitely.
That was my original plan.
Just clearly the swinging the torches didn't... I don't know if I can risk it not working again.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you guys make it to the river and jump in, but the mosquitoes don't all jump into the water and drown. So they're hovering over here, but you've gotten them away from the combat and attacking people. And after Shelbatha is gonna be the group of mosquitoes. Since they're unaware of direction very well, they're just going to hang out over the river and possibly go away, depending on how long Shelby stays under. Next up is going to be Gary. What are you going to do? You have this swarm attacking the townfolk right in front of you. What are you going to do?
I don't think the map updated yet. Did you put me in the right place?
I did, but...
Oh, there we go.
So the swarm is attacking the tailor right next to me. I'm gonna tie in continuity here and say that as I saw Lily run around the corner, I had pointed to the tree that let her know to perception check to look at the tree. So both of us are aware of the halfling in the tree. But now that I've notified somebody, I noticed that the guy is going to get eaten by bugs, and I have this thing, so I feel obligated, and I start waving my stick around, kind of trying to combat the swarm that's trying to get at this guy. So is that just a roll to hit?
Yeah, I was doing unarmed strike. Roll to hit.
Okay, I roll a 6, so not very effective. But I'm going to say as I do it, I'm like, dude, get a stick or run.
Nice. So unfortunately, yeah, you missed the swarm, but the guy is gonna listen to you and grab a stick from his burning hut and run away to safety. After that is Lily. What are you gonna do?
You are the closest person to the tree, so I think you should confront the halfling.
Yeah.
You're gonna call up to them and tell them to surrender, or are you gonna shoot flames up there? So, would you tell somebody to stop, or would you shoot first and ask questions later?
Yes, I would just.
Okay, shoot first and ask questions later. So we're gonna produce flame and throw it at the tree where the person is.
Okay.
All right, she rolled a 22. On a roll to hit.
Nice. Let me check that character. I really doubt it's above 22, but I want to see what she can do. So that's gonna hit. Give me how much damage?
2.
2 damage, Lily.
I'm having an off day, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna say that does double damage because the halfling was unaware of being attacked. So that's gonna do 4 damage. It hits the halfling, who appears to be a sorcerer, right in the bottom, and she kind of jumps up, being frightened, not expecting that at all. Being focused on trying to transfer the fire from one building to another once again. After Lily is Shelbatha. What are you going to do? You're still in the
So
river, by the way.
Yeah, I want to get out of the river because I don't think I can stay under much longer.
Okay.
Let's see. I Can I do like a perception check or investigation check to see if there are any buckets around? Because I might as well bring some water back to the fire if I'm heading back that way.
Yeah, you notice up above you there is like this little fishing dock area that has a whole bunch of supplies.
Yeah, then I want to bring a bucket of water.
So you find a bucket and you scoop up the biggest spot you can find, scoop up some water and run back to where you wanted to go, the butcher shop.
Yeah. Wait,
Alright.
is everybody dead by there? My God.
Sort of.
Yeah, I'll go to the butcher shop.
Go to the butcher shop and throw 1 bucket of water, extinguishing a little bit of this, the corner of this here, of the butcher shop there. And that's going to be your turn. Gary, what are you going to do?
I'm going to, after the guy starts fighting, I'm gonna disengage the bugs and run towards the halfling that got hit. Did they fall out of the tree, or are they in the tree still?
They are in the tree.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over to the tree and equip my javelin, and I don't know if I have the room to do anything else there.
I'm going to say that those would be your quick actions, so you can go ahead and throw that if you want to. And give me a roll to hit if you do.
Instead of throwing at first, I am going to. Where's intimidation? There it is. I'm going to roll for intimidation and call out surrender or die. And I rolled a nat 20, but I have a +2 modifier. 22.
And that was for the roll to hit?
That was for the intimidation. For the
Okay.
halfling in the tree.
Sorry. And what do you want to say to that?
Oh, I said surrender or die. As I've got my javelin propped up after they just got hit.
All right. She looks at you, well, kind of while she was still distracted, looking at her flames, and doesn't look very impressed, and yells out, Gary, get over here.
Wait, the
Mm.
halfling?
Yep, that's what the halfling says.
Okay.
And that's when you guys see the polar bear and the other halfling that she was with earlier walking down the village circle right in front of you guys. But I feel like that's a mistake because you just got a really good roll, and that should have intimidated her. So let's do a quick rewind. All that stuff did just happen, but the sorcerer in the tree was super scared the whole time.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
So more of like a shrieking, Gary!
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. That's not that much of a change. I like that. Okay.
So she's gonna be kind of terrified and probably roll on disadvantage for the next few rolls.
Okay. So that was my turn. It is your turn. So a polar bear and another halfling has shown up at the top of the town, and then there's still the halfling in the tree that is scared.
Yeah, that's right.
The one that you attacked.
I just finished the job.
Yeah, throw another flame.
Okay.
She throws another flame. She's committed.
Okay, give me a roll to hit.
She rolled an 18.
Very nice. And how much damage?
3.
3. That's this one. I'm not sure what I should roll for the sorcerer in the tree, so I'm gonna just say that hits because she's still stunned after being terrified by Gary. Doing 3 damage. And actually then, that's when the group of the swarm of mosquitoes that attacked the tailor, was about to attack the tailor, is going to attack Gary. And give me a roll to hit. So 13, does that hit, Gary?
I should do a dexterity roll or no?
It ties. So no. I was checking your armor class to see if that hits for the swarm.
That was the next thing I was going to ask.
They don't hit, but they do swarm you. They're currently surrounding your whole body.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah, it is. And then it's going to be Shabbat's turn.
Let's see. So, do I know about the halfling in the tree yet? Like, can I see them from where I am?
Yeah, you're aware of them because you see that instead of putting out the fires, Lily and Carrie are fighting something in the tree. But you don't see the polar bear or for the other halfling.
I will run over to the tree. And did I see, like, I can see that Gary was going to use his javelin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm going to get my javelin ready, and I would just like to attack the halfling in the tree.
Okay. Are you gonna throw the javelin?
Yeah.
Oops. All right. Let me roll for that. Do, do, do. What did you get? A 20, nice. Is that a natural 20? That was not a natural 20. So you are definitely going to hit, doing 6 damage. So that javelin hits the halfling, sorcering halfling, right in the lower left leg, going right through. But impaling halfway, and knocking her out of the tree, doing another 3 damage.
Would it be great if it like hit the tree, but just like hung from the javelin? If only.
I might do that next time. And at that time, the other halfling is going to cry out, "Gygax, no! I'll avenge you," thinking that his friend might have just died.
And now I see that they're there.
And let
I
me
guess we all
add
do.
a turn for that. And he's currently riding the polar bear, so they're going to act on the same turn.
Oh no.
So they're going to charge in at Gary is being swarmed, so they're going to first attack the butcher who's standing there in awe. And let me see if that hits him. Can smell, bite, claws. I guess that'll just be a claw. So the polar bear is gonna run up to the guy and just smack him with his front claw and see if that hits.
Shit.
What do you get?
Smacks him across the village.
So you got a 25. That's definitely gonna hit him. And see how much damage that does.
Yeah, does that like paralyze
That's gotta be.
butcher?
So that does 16 slashing damage, which is just gonna be like watching a massive polar bear hitting something that's way less mass than it. So he smacks him with his front claw and like pancakes to the floor. And that's going to be Shelbitha's turn next. I thought you were after Lily.
Yeah, I think it's Gary.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Gary, and then Lily, and then Shelbitha, and then the swarm.
Well, oh wait, you added the polar bear. I don't think the swarm.
The swarm is currently on Gary.
Oh, right. Yeah, then I think it's Gary.
So, really, just method acting here. Gary there's a swarm of insects is implying that my visibility is cut by the insects swarming me, right? They're all over me.
Yeah, that's true. So you'd probably roll at disadvantage for certain tasks.
So I know there's a bear because I saw the bear, but I'm swarmed. I can hear a roar barely over the buzzing that's all surrounding me, and I'm just thinking, wow, this is worse than the nightmare I was having. So I can faintly hear the roar and feel the ground shaking from a fucking polar bear sprinting by me to murder the butcher. And I'm gonna do a perception. Would I do perception or investigation if I think I need to run, but I want to run away from that?
That's a good question.
I'm gonna say, I would say perception, maybe. Like, you can't like it's not like facts to see. It's like, do you have that like noticing?
I think that might
Yeah,
also be a charisma check to see if your like will stands up.
Okay.
Like,
I didn't. I rolled a 3, so I don't think I. I'm not sure if it gleamed much, but I'm gonna say that I just start running, and then you can decide if a 3 means I ran in the direction of the bear or not.
okay.
Like into the fire, into the tailor's,
Yeah,
the tailor shop fire.
yeah. I tried to pick a direction that was away from the bear, and I start running.
Okay. I'm gonna say you run straight up the path that the bear was coming from.
Does it free me of the
Oops.
swarm?
Nope, the swarm is still around you.
Oh fuck.
Man,
Okay, that's good.
at least if you had ended up in the fire.
So you're pretty close to that pond over there. But
Yeah, I'll probably go for that if I even perceive where I'm at.
yeah.
But that's another turn. All right, if that's on Lily then. So you just watched a polar bear eviscerate. Wait, is the butcher dead? Or did he just attack him?
No. Yeah, the butcher appears to be dead.
You just watched a polar bear eviscerate. Is kill the butcher and is currently probably eviscerating him while his handler is trying to get a hold of his polar bear mount. And that's like 10, 15 yards from you. What would you like to do? You're, you can run towards the shop. You're right here. Here's the polar bear.
I produce flame from a distance. Wait, who's near it?
The dead butcher and nobody else.
Okay, well then I'm gonna shoot my shot from afar.
Okay, yeah.
Because like I have that staff, but right?
Yeah, the staff of Python. She rolled a 15 for produce flame, not staff of Python.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we can get a python around its neck. Who knows?
A 15 is going to hit the polar bear. And were you aiming for the halfling on top or just the polar bear?
Halfling on top or just the polar bear?
Just the polar.
She was
Okay.
aiming for the polar bear.
And give me a damage roll.
6.
Alright, nice. So you successfully produce 6 produce flame. And throw your fireball directly at the polar bear's face. And singes a lot of its face hair off. It kind of looks odd and black now. Like it's just like burnt singes, creating a black appearance. And
Kind of like a reverse panda.
kind of like what?
A reverse panda.
Yeah. However, it doesn't appear to be too bothered by it. It snarls a little bit and is ready to get back into action.
I would run after.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be Shelvith's turn.
Can I use one of my hand axes and throw it at the polar bear?
Yeah, definitely. You would normally have to spend an action to equip it or something, but I'm just going to say that you go ahead and hit it. I mean, you'll be able to roll for a hit. So nice, you got a 21.
Sweet.
That's going to be definitely enough to hit. Where were you aiming for on this? on this guy?
The throat. The throat.
Okay, nice.
Going in for the kill.
It's gonna be some pretty tough hide and skin to get through, but you successfully hit the throat from a distance and do 6 damage. And the polar bear is starting to look a little out of it, but he's still ready for the battle. After that is going to be the swarm. They're going to try and bite Gary. And I'm going to say that they're going to roll on advantage, and they get a 20. So how much damage do they do?
God.
Okay, cool. You just have to hit that button. So they do... I don't know why it's rolling both, but cool. So they do... Holy cow. Alright, they do 11 damage. They are just... This massive swarm is around this half-elf bard, and they're just eating him alive. Literally sucking so much blood out of him that he's about to die.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
After the insects is going to be the sorcerer that fell out of the tree. She's very heavily wounded, so she is just going to be able to recover and be ready for the next round. And next is going to be Frederick, who was out walking through the village and has finally just crossed the bridge down by the river and has seen all the chaos that's going on. And he is just gonna run up and see that it's the polar bear attacking and transform into the polar bear back up in line with Lily and Shelta. And then it's going to be the... and then it's going to be the polar bear and the halfling on top's turn. So they see this tiefling druid turn into a polar bear, and they're going to attack him. The opponent polar bear is going to just come in for a bite and see if that hits. He gets a 15, which is going to be enough to hit. So he does 11 points of damage to Franklin, the tiefling druid, who is currently a polar bear.
You just said Franklin.
Oh, fuck. Sorry.
That's probably my fault.
Yeah, it is. And he was after these. He was right there. So then it's back to Sleepy Carry.
I sprint towards the lake as fast as I can.
Okay.
Or the pond.
You jump right in the ponds, and you're safe from the swarm for now. And they disperse, looking for another target. After that is Lily. What are you gonna do?
Okay, so Franklin had showed up, and Frederick, the tiefling, showed up, and he turned into a polar bear fighting the other polar bear. So there's a polar bear here with a person on it. There's a polar bear without a person on it, There's a sorcerer over here, and then there's you and Shelbithus on either sides of the polar bear.
Wait, so what was everyone else?
You guys are all attacking the one polar bear right now,
I'll just.
another flame ball.
What does the staff do?
The staff of Python projects a python, as far as I know.
Oh, like, can I control the python to hit the right polar bear?
Yeah, I think so. You just aim it at it.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try that.
Okay.
Do you? I guess she'll run up within 10 feet to cast. Yeah. Yeah, a giant constrictor snake under your control and acts on its own initiative count.
Oh, so you just have to speak the command word and throw it on the ground. It becomes a python, and then, like Petrie said, it acts on its own initiative. But I believe you control what it does.
So yeah,
So
you're gonna direct the python at the polar bear, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So she activates her command. She says the command word and throws down the staff.
Okay, nice. And then I guess that would be her turn. And I'm gonna say that the python would be after that.
Oh, so I don't know yet if the python got to the polar bear.
So the thing has like a roll to hit in a damage situation. So there's bludgeoning and then yeah, just bludgeoning. Okay, so I guess the roll to hit would act as its character sheet. That's all you need.
I'm just trying to draw a good snake real quick. Okay, beautiful snake.
I can't see it yet.
So she's gonna snake. You lost half of your body. She throws it down right in front of her, and it's going to attack the polar bear. So give me a roll to hit.
19.
All right, nice. That's definitely enough. How much damage will it do?
3.
Nice. Well, I guess actually they're going to be right there because the polar bear was just attacking Frederick. I lost the snake's eyes. Oh, jeez. All right, and so the python's going to successfully latch on to the polar bear and do 3 damage. And despite being pretty bothered by it, the polar bear still appears to be ready for action. After that is going to be Shelbitha. What do you want to do?
Jesus. Well, I don't want to risk hitting the python. Let's see. I don't know. Can I ask Frederick and Lily if we should try and stop the fighting, or if I should just attack?
Yeah, you can ask what they want to do, and that would not be your full turn, so you could still have a short action after that, like attacking or something.
Then yeah, Lily, Frederick, should we try and stop? Or should I just throw another axe at this polar bear?
What's your vote?
I don't know.
Would you opt for trying to resolve the conflict, or would you be dead set on killing the polar bear after you start?
I don't know. He killed the butcher.
Did you like the butcher?
He did not like the
Okay.
And like 2 other village people are dead or have been killed,
Yeah.
right?
All right.
No,
Seems like
3.
Alright, so Shelbitha and Lily are coming to a kind of like a indifferent, like either way. It's Frederick's vote. How does Frederick respond, Colton?
Frederick is a polar bear, so he's just like he's gonna roar like we gotta take these motherfuckers down.
Okay, let's see. You know what? I'm actually gonna use, or can I equip myself with my other javelin?
Yeah, definitely, because you threw your other one, right?
Yeah, but I think I have a few. So, yeah. And then, do you think that's my turn, or do I have anything left?
Yeah, you could since the polar bear is so close to you, you could attack him if you want to. You wouldn't
Yeah,
have to
let's
throw
do
it.
it.
All right,
All
with
right,
your
I'll
javelin.
go after him.
You got a 9 to hit, so although it's just super close, you were not able to get enough leverage and break the polar bear's hide. It's super tough.
Damn it!
And like your javelin tip just kind of like bends as it goes into him, kind of like wimply cartoon like.
What the fuck? I'm better than this. Like I accidentally killed somebody like before, and now when I'm actually trying to, it's not working. Oh,
Like that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And the polar bear doesn't even notice that because he's still engaged with Frederick the polar bear. After that is going to be the swarm, which went away. And then that's the sorcerer who fell out of the tree, who's really not doing well. She's finally broke off, like pulled the javelin out of her leg and is walking around. And she's gonna come over and see the battle going on, and she's just gonna yell out, "Stop, everybody! Just give us the chief, and we'll walk away." And that'll be her turn. After that is going to be Frederick, who did not hear her because he's got tunnel vision in the midst of battle, and he's gonna try and attack the other polar bear. Just with the attack with the claw, and he gets 23, so it's gonna hit and do 14 damage.
wait, where did he hit?
He hit the polar bear on the face, just kind of taking off his nose completely and exposing some of his bone.
No.
The polar bear is really not looking good. It would only take probably one more hit to take him out. After that is going to be the polar bear, who's going to try and attack the python. After being super dazed, so he's going to attack on disadvantage with a bite. And alright, so he's going to hit and do 11 points of damage. Does that kill the python? How much health did that have?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to assign it a health value.
But it should say in
Yeah,
the...
So in the thing, it does talk about if it does. Wait.
Weird.
About health points. It just says if the snake is reduced to 0 hit points, it dies and reverts to its staff form. The staff then shatters and is destroyed. If the snake reverts to staff, if the snake reverts to staff form before losing all its hit points, it regains all of them. So,
How about we say it has 10 hit points from now on in future iterations? So this bite from the polar bear is going to hit, and let me see how much damage it does.
I hope not 10, or else you're going to lose the staff.
Oh. Oh no.
And since it's on disadvantage, it's going to do 7 of the piercing damage. So it's going to nearly kill the python, but it still has 3 hit points.
So you see, on your turn, all you got to do is say you resummon.
There's the polar bear, and he's not yet. So then it's Gary's turn.
Gary crosses, runs out of breath and bursts to the surface, gasping. He's doing real poor right now. Feels like he's got less than half his life in his hands, and makes his way to the shore. I don't. That's too far away for me to see, I assume. So I guess I just start stumbling to the edge of the town circle next to the tailor shop, and I try to piece together what's going on. In a daze, I look at the polar bear with half its face gone, and I think, "Oh fuck no, did I die? That looks like a demon. I think I'm dead." I'm dead. All right, it's over. I died. I drowned. All right. So I just laugh and I look around and look for something to do. I'm not really sure what to say. I see. Colton, what should I say? Should I do a perception check to see if I notice anything valuable, or what do you think? I'm open to suggestions.
So are you saying that your character is currently lost it in the midst of battle and is struggling to cope with reality?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a half defaced polar bear, and he just lost a lot of blood to mosquitoes, I guess.
Yeah, he's going to be pretty shocked. So the butcher's hut is almost completely burned down. The tailor's shop may still be able to be repaired. There's smoke and fire and ash in the air, and it's just kind of crazy. So I think for one turn, after getting away from the killer mosquitoes, he's going to be shocked and not be able to do anything for a turn.
Yeah, that sounds good. I like narrating what my character. I like feeling what was going on if I was in that battle. That was fun.
Yeah, definitely agree. And then Lily, how about you? What are you gonna do?
Retract my python.
She says the words of summoning, and it'll turn back into a staff.
Okay. So they'll go back.
Could
and
I say
that'll
the word
be
the turn, or do you, I was thinking if that's a quick action, maybe she could roll for dexterity to try to go and snatch that back right away.
sure, yeah. Go ahead and roll for her.
She rolled 14.
Okay, nice. So yeah, I'm gonna say in the midst of battle and this pretty weak polar bear, she's able to go and grab up the python. The staff of the python now.
You didn't lose this. And if you resummon it, it's got full health.
And it's back to you, Shelbatha.
So I guess I would have heard that other halfling say stop, but I'm still mad that they were killing village people, and why should we give them the chief when they just come in and start setting our village on fire? So I guess I'll use another javelin. I equip myself with another one of my last ones, I guess. And I'm gonna go for the headshot for the polar bear.
Okay. Let's see, you get a 19 to hit, which is more than enough, and javelin. You're going to do 5 points of damage, so you're going to take your javelin, and go directly for the polar bear's head and puncture it right through its skull and make it fall down to the ground in a disgusting, squishy sound.
Ugh.
And that makes the halfling on top fall over into kind of an awkward position on the ground. And
Is it trapped at all by the polar bear? By the body?
no, he's not. He's just thrown off of it. And then that's going to be your turn. After that is going to be the sorcerer, who, after being ignored, is completely ignored by everybody, is kind of upset that we are still killing each other, even though she just murdered like 3-4 people. And she's going to attack she's going to attack Franklin, the polar bear, because he seems to be the biggest threat right now to her party.
Hi.
I feel like Franklin / Frederick has like multiple personality disorder at this point because of the name. Or he's like, Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah, maybe he forgets his name himself, introduces it wrong every once in a while.
I think that's indicating that it's not actually his name.
Maybe.
Maybe. So the sorcerer is going to throw a firebolt. And she gets a 22. What the heck? So that's going to be enough to hit. And it's going to do 1 damage. So let me do that to Frederick. Oh. Alright. And then that is over to the polar bear is dead. Then that's over to Frederick. Who's just gonna go in for a bite on the fallen halfling. So he's gonna roll on advantage. With a multi-attack. That's cool. What'd that pop up with? Just that. Oops. I didn't know that that I could do that. That's pretty cool.
What, the multiple? Or
So I'm going to take the better of the 2 here. And the bite is going to hit, doing 11 damage to the halfling. And then 13 plus 5, 18 for a critical on the claws. So Frederick the polar bear just came in and bit the halfling on the leg and then slammed his chest on the ground, I'm going to say.
Ooh.
Doing a total of 18 plus 11. I'm not sure if he's going to survive that.
It's kind of a big one.
Yeah, so that's going to just straight up kill this halfling.
Bet that other one is really pissed now.
Yeah, that second slash attack from Franklin just completely smattered, pancaked the halfling's chest. You could hear the sounds of broken ribs cracking.
Ugh.
After that, it's going to be he's dead. After that's going to be Sleepy Gary, who has just come back from his shell shock.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that watching Shelbatha spear the demon bear in the face and watching it die snapped me back to reality in a moment of sheer awe and clarity. Uh, and then I watched Frederick bite the other halfling to death. I'm gonna roll for stealth and try to move up behind the sorcerer. Some Gary stealth. Alright, 14.
Nice. So she's really hurt, barely able to fight anymore, and I'm gonna say you successfully sneak around behind her. Which will, I'll say, will give you another opportunity to attack if you want to.
I just push her over.
Okay.
I did an unarmed strike. If that is that correct, or should I just say push and go from there?
Yeah, do an unarmed strike. Roll to hit.
Okay. I did a roll to hit already, and I rolled a 7.
For how weak she is, I'm gonna say that actually succeeds, and just does 1 damage, pushing her down to the ground.
Cool.
After that is going to be Lily's turn. Do you want to finish the halfling off, or interrogate her for more information?
I was gonna say we should interrogate.
How close is the halfling to dying?
You could smack her a few times and she'd die.
Okay, yeah, we'll interrogate her. Where's she go?
Okay. So what do you want to ask her, Lily?
Oh, I'm not mentally prepared.
I'm gonna say Gary sees Lily debating whether or not to produce flame, and he puts his hand up and says, "No, I think we should get some information here." And I think I'm gonna say he's like real woozy, but trying to be commanding. And he's like, fuck you guys, for one. You killed so many people. We're gonna call it even, and we're gonna leave you alive, and you're gonna tell us everything about the Halfling Village, and we're gonna go there and tell y'all to drop this. Potentially. I think we should take that to a vote. We can spare your life and deliver you back to the Halfling Kingdom, and get this whole thing settled. Because I don't know why you are so obsessed with our chief, but I don't really think you should be able to be handed over the chief. Yeah, Miss Halfling, and then I kind of kick some dirt on her.
I think Shelbata pipes up and says that they should probably kill her because she's a loose end, but we should probably tell the chief and see if he wants to handle it differently.
That's fair enough. I think the being here that would be the fastest to get to the chief should run and get the chief. Whoever's on 4 legs currently may be. And I cough, and then I look towards Frederick.
Alright, Frederick, since he can't speak, is gonna go and run to the chief's house.
I hope he brings him back, dragging him in his jaw.
And that's gonna take a while. Until next... Yeah, just a few turns. So he's gonna go and get him. And the halfling is gonna say, all we wanted was the chief. You guys said that he killed our friends, killed our great majestic polar bear, and hid it from us. all we wanted was him. We could have spared all this pain and violence if you had just given him to us. Why didn't you listen?
I say it's because we had a hand in killing the halflings, and then I punch her to knock her out because I'm like real tired of hearing her talk.
Okay, you punch her, knock her out, and it does 1 more point of damage, but it knocks her out. And pretty soon the chief comes back with Frederick, who's turned back into his normal form. And the chief is kind of shocked. First he walks up and he goes, "Guys, what the hell? Are you guys gonna put this fire out?" He doesn't even see the dead bodies or anything. He's just shook by all the smoke and everything that's going on.
Gary says, I'd like to watch you do it.
Yeah, Shelbitha asks where he's been and how he didn't notice the fires with all the smoke.
Chief goes, "I've been sleeping in my luxurious soundproofed chief's house. Where do you think I've been? Let's get to work. How are we going to put this fire out, guys?"
Can we call out more village people to come help us? We just need to form some kind of line between the river and the fire.
Well, I actually wish we could do the bucket chain to the pond. The pond is closer. The butcher shop is dead for sure, right? That's
I forgot
burned
about that.
Yeah, the butcher shop at this point is pretty much just in embers. It's gone.
So I yell out for the tailor to come out of hiding, and I'm like, "Hey guys, let's go form a bucket chain." Shelbitha, I saw you had a bucket earlier. Where's that bucket? Can we get more buckets?
Yeah, I noticed a lot of supplies in the fishing hut by the river. I think we need to go grab some more buckets out of there.
And then we skip to the buckets.
Okay, you guys
Nonchalant after battle.
go ahead and go down there. Is it just Gary and Shelbitha?
Probably the chief too, right?
No, I'm gonna say Gary's like, "Come on, everybody, let's skip to the buckets," and he skips on ahead towards kind of the wrong direction. Like towards the river, but not like exactly where the hut was.
Alright, so I'll say that Gary ends up down there, and Shelbitha, do you want to run away yet?
I want to
you guys-
go get more buckets.
You guys were still debating, kind of. Lily hasn't said anything, Frederick hasn't said anything, and the chief has only just asked what we're going to do.
All right. Well, I guess maybe I tell most of you to come with me to come grab another bucket, but Lily should stay with the halfling to make sure that she doesn't wake up and get away.
Yeah.
Frederick will say, "That's an excellent idea. Here's some rope. Let's tie her up so she doesn't escape." And they do that, and Lily will watch them. Shelbitha is going to run down to the place to get some buckets. And Frederick is just going to walk over to the tailor shop, and he's going to cast a spell called Produce Water. Because you guys ran away before he could say anything else. Did that go? Oh my god, okay.
Wow, Frederick coming in clutch.
Alright, so he creates up to 10 gallons of clean water above the tailor's hut. And it's just gonna fall right on top of it, dousing about half the flames on there. And that's going to be his turn for now. So then, by this point, Shelvitha's how much prepared are you? Have you grabbed some buckets? Have you grabbed some people?
Yeah,
You're just
so
doing
we
one
have
bucket at a time.
We have some buckets, and Shelbitha called out to Gary to follow her because he was kind of wandering. We're making our way to the pond to start the line with everybody to help put out the tailor shop.
Okay. So the chief is gonna run over and start helping you guys. Gary's gonna line up and get ready. Lily and the prisoner are together, and Gary, having cast a spell, is gonna go and help out in line. The tailor notices what's going on, and some of the other residents help to put out the water. So you guys successfully put out the water or put out the fire, not the water. What the heck? And a group of all the people that were helping put out the fire group up around the prisoner to talk about what's just happened. And all these people are really upset. They're arguing with each other, saying that the halflings have to pay for what they've done. They're all kind of looking down on the halfling that you guys captured, thinking, like, we gotta figure out what she's doing here. Why they did this. And you guys tell them that they're just here for the chief. They think that they're responsible for killing their people. What are you gonna do with this mob of people that are asking, for justice? They're sick of the halflings coming in and messing all their shit up, and that's when one of them starts to search both of the halflings.
Does the chief say anything at this point, or does one of us beat him to that?
What was the second half of that question?
Or is the chief just waiting for one of us to speak?
No, the chief will, while one of the villagers is looting the bodies, he's going to say, guys, don't worry about it. I know this looks pretty bad, but my friend, the Baron of Meglio, and his court sorcerer will help us out. We just need to contact them, and they're gonna help us get rid of this halfling problem for us.
I'll pipe up and say that, hey, we should all just probably start cleaning up the butcher shop. It's burned to the ground. We'll probably need to rebuild it, so we should start clearing the land for that.
I call dibs on all the pigs.
Wait, the pigs are still alive though, right? They made it. The fire didn't make it to the pig pen, right?
Yeah, that was never established, so I assume yeah.
Yeah, as soon as you say that, Gary, everybody gives you a look like, wow, bro, that's too soon. They don't say anything, they just, give you a side look at, glance at the eye, like, come on, man. He just died. He's literally right there.
But Gary notices none of it, thinking the rule of dibs is in place. I am now one pig farm butcher.
And that's when the villager who's searching the bodies says, guys, I found something. And he pulls out a scroll from the halfling who's knocked out. And it reads as follows. Find the everlasting duty and bring it back. When you succeed, we shall be one step closer to summoning the abominables and ruling all of Embracia. P.S. Burn after reading. And then the halfling notes like, oh wow, it looks like it's perforated to make to roll cones with.
Wow. Don't burn. Gary's like looking over their shoulder, and he just decides to kind of like snatch that. He's like, "This seems like a collectible."
Okay, and Frederick will say, yeah, these halflings have been quite the problem lately. They've been all over the island searching for something. Nobody really knows what. This must be it. Shelda, have you encountered these halflings or heard of the everlasting doobie on your travels?
I've only ever heard of the everlasting doobie, but I thought it was a myth. It was there have been stories told of its power, but I've never thought it was true
And
until
so, this would be a good time to do a history check to see just how much you might remember.
now. Okay.
Not saying that I do like your improv, I wouldn't change that, but a history check would be something that maybe I could reveal more to you.
Let's do it.
Okay, cool. So you got an 11, which will be enough to tell you that you have heard a rumor that Chief Wanadubi's family looks after the everlasting Doobie. Being a well-traveled person, looking all over the place for that sorcerer, you know that much, that the Chief has this secret, powerful item that the halflings are searching for, or are supposed to have this item.
Well, maybe as I was responding to Frederick asking me that, I give a sly look over to the chief, like telling him I know more than I'm saying, but I don't want to like let everyone in on that secret yet,
Okay, gotcha.
because maybe I can blackmail him. I haven't decided what to do next.
I like it.
Okay,
On
and
a side note,
no,
on a
go
side
ahead.
note, I probably only have like 15 more minutes because I scheduled my groceries, so I need to go pick them up soon. But
Okay, we are almost at the end.
Okay.
How are you, Petrie?
Yeah, no, like it'd be cool to wrap up soon too. The gameplay's been really fun tonight. It didn't feel like it went as long as it did.
no, I agree.
Sweet, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Very smooth experience. You developed a fine skill with this, Colton.
No, why, thank you. Okay, so Shelby has just tried to intimidate the chief, so I'm gonna give a quick roll for that. So you got a 7, which I'm gonna say wasn't quite high enough, but the chief notices that you were kind of digging at him, and he's gonna again try and calm the crowd. There's still a bit of chaos and side chatter from everybody saying, like, we gotta go fix all these halflings, what's what. We gotta hire somebody to get rid of this problem for us or something. And he says, again, guys, don't worry about it. The court sorcerer and this Baron they're gonna help us out. They've always looked after us before, don't worry about it.